Hello, everyone, and welcome to CSR2. Today we've got another match of the Zelda Randomizer 2023 Standard Tournament. Here we've got Swiss Round 1 between TAH and Alsoa. I'm started with Man State is Eldar. How are you doing?
I'm doing good. All of these round one matchups have been fire.
Yeah, looking forward to some good races here. We've had some good ones already. Got ourselves another one here between two longtime members of the community. TAH, of course, the head of the Z2R every community, and Alsoa has also been around a fair bit. So it should be a fun matchup here.
Yeah, that long time is maybe putting it lightly. Both of these runners have been around longer than I have, and I'm an old man at this point. But TAH coming off of um, a relatively recent tournament win when he was the last Nabura Invitational winner, and Alsoa, maybe not as up to Z2 as he was previously, but I'm sure he'll come back in to form in no time.
Hmm.
Also, it's one of those
Since we
things
last saw
where,
him around, I think he's been around people an hour more, but should be glad to have him back as we get going here.
yeah, when runners have played the game a lot, but they haven't been back in a long time, they get back to being really good really fast as we find ourselves in, oh boy, the mountains.
Yep, immediate cave to Maze Island just north of Star, and life in Saria just south of Star.
Yeah, and I don't blame TAH for deciding Maze Island sounds a hell of a lot better than a mountainous west.
Yeah, I don't blame him. C dumped us out in what looks like kind of just the middle of the map, which doesn't really help in that we have no frame of reference as to where the edge of the map is right now.
Yeah, especially at mountainous where it's kind of difficult to orient yourself a lot of the time.
Yep. It looked like it was the northern end of Saria, so presumably there is more to the south, so we're not like super close to the southern end of the map, but where specifically, who knows? I know it's not the palace yet, so it's buried somewhere in this maze island. Hey, Melchior in chat.
Yeah, and definitely.
It would be nice to have boots, because this river would have been nice to be able to cross quickly, but nope.
Yeah,
oh, that's a raft tile in the southwest corner there.
Oh man, and boots.
Speaking of, okay.
That's at the very least going to help Alan navigate this maze very well. Unfortunately, not going to be that helpful out on the west, but
yeah.
Got a raft tile sighting. No raft yet, but good thing to keep in the back of your head.
Yeah. So you said encounter sites. Yeah, and I've got boots. We're just gonna go do not that. And there's the other item. Oh, that's very quick. Pair of items. Second item once you get the. Oh no, that's boots again. All right.
Yeah, just gotta pass through it. Alsoa in Magic Container Cave, but pretty difficult set of enemies for still being on 1-1-1.
Yeah, for less than 2 minutes, and it's not the greatest enemy set here.
Yep. I like Alsoa's strategy here, though. Pull the enemies all the way back. Make sure you fight them one at a time.
Yeah, and have the headroom for it too, as we find that is P2 here. Nice pink color, not too harsh on the eyes. Which not the guarantee with randomness of late. But, that is also not when he's gonna go dig just yet. No particular reason to. Got other things to do. And also his stream just crashed. Couldn't go see what's up with that.
Meanwhile, Alan picking up his second item, it's the medicine. That's a nice pickup.
Yep. Don't know what that leads to yet, but can turn in that spell whenever he finds Mito here on the west, wherever that might be.
Yeah, always better to have your spell items before you find the town rather than having to double dip later.
Yep, P3 or 6 west of Start, and we've got a pass-through cave to nowhere, it looks like, on the left there. Got ourselves 2 towns right here, okay. We have Rauru, which is Thunder, alright, nice and early, and I think Alsoa should be back shortly.
Yeah, Thunder's kind of a mixed blessing early. You definitely want it at some point in the seed, but if you get it early, it's often just completely uncastable for several levels.
Yeah. So apparently also his PC is crashing. Uh-oh. In the maze lies the boots. Great, thanks.
Just goes to show that you could have any number. You could have 2 items, and the hints will still find a way to give you what you don't need.
Yep. Oh, hey, reflect in Vito, which we just got the medicine out of next to those boots. Fantastic. Alsoa is back, it looks like. Oh, thankfully this was really easy. Go east to find the glove. Good hint. Yay. And TAH is pausing to go check the race from here. Now, so it should be going here again shortly. TH also going on. If we need to figure out something 3 times later, we'll figure it out. Well, it's literally TH's job, actually, but Also is going to get going here. It looks like he is back to 111. Unfortunately, I don't think he saved in the first couple of minutes. But they'll say it we're like 5 minutes in. It's not a huge deal. Hopefully. 91 Thunder, 116 Reflect. Well, that's not a surprise, Magic 1. They'll get cheaper eventually.
Also, it's going to be a little behind, but it's still very, very early in the race.
Yeah.
TH finding very pretty tame set of enemies at the bottom there.
Saw the other half of it just south of here, so we're not going to bother with it. Alright, so I think it was north of Start was a dead end. Was Maze Island Bridge, and then I think Maze Island came for that was dead end. South here is Saria. And I think we might need those boots to cross that lake just west of Saria to get further south, potentially. Or we might need to head west, slightly north of Saria there. Mountainous biomes tend to be fairly linear, and it can be a little hard to figure out where you're going.
Yeah, good news for Alsoa is, fresh off that reset, he has decided to go north instead and found this connection to Maze Island, so he's going to be able to pick up his boots and medicine. Yeah.
I mean, he didn't find a whole lot in the first few minutes. He got, what? He tried looking through a cave. I don't know if he actually got the item.
Yeah,
he had that life.
He had gotten into Magic Container Cave. I don't know if we saw the item there. If he saw the item, we may see him not going back to it or hurrying up going back to it. I have to imagine if he saw the item and it was something good, he'd be back to it immediately.
Yeah, I would imagine so, even with the enemy set as he gets his boots here.
Yeah, it looks like you can cross the river. This is a surprising amount of water for a mountainous biome.
Yeah, that is quite a bit. That is a dead end. Well, that might actually not be dead end cave. I thought it was earlier, but nope, that is actually an item cave.
Okay, so
very
boots required for something.
Lake indeed, for the mountainous biome, yeah. Oh, good catch from our tracker, Patrick. He found does level life spell, so not a full reset, I guess. Which kind of makes sense. Saria was the literal first thing he did, as TH finds the child here in this boots-locked cave on the southwest part of the map.
Yeah, if he does have the life spell, that suggests that he may have actually made it through to where the item was before. You know, his stream may have crashed, but not his game, and he had time to see it. I don't know. We'll see if he decides to go back there right away or just completely abandons it. It might not be relevant. Meanwhile, TH finds what is this? What is this winding path?
I don't know, because mountainous biome doing mountainous biome things, I guess, as we find another item cave here, but this is a rather swampy path too here in the what I think might actually be the southwest corner now. It's hard to tell. I'm not sure we can get much further south.
Definitely unusual path to have generated, but
sometimes it does that, and you know better than most of us, given that you're the current dev, as we get a 500-point P-bag. Not a medium progression, but it's good for some early levels here.
Yeah, no matter how many maps and seeds I look at, I always find weird ones. So Alsoa here gonna go into this palace. Is this 2, I think those windows are?
This is 2, yeah.
Yeah.
I guess just taking a quick look in, see if there's anything obvious. Hopefully he doesn't stick around too long if it turns out to be a slog, because this is P2,
Okay.
He's at 111 with no items.
It looks like, he didn't have a key either, so just sticking his nose in and up-Aing.
Oh, of course that's the dead end here for TH. The southwest corner's got a P-bag in a cave and nothing else. Great.
And a
Child
long
might be
walk
useful
out.
to
Kind of
slightly
surprised
further going.
TAH isn't up-Aing out of this swamp.
I think it's probably faster to up-A, yes, especially given he's going to run into an encounter or two getting back out.
And unfortunately for Alsoa, he's going to be right behind TAH digging into this useless bit of swamp. And the P-bag was, I think it was a 500 bag, so...
It was a 500, which is nice, and he's going to get a child too, and that's probably the most important item here in this bit of the map.
Yep, potentially very important, potentially completely useless. We'll have to see. We still haven't gotten almost any information about our spells. TH with Thunder and Reflect already, but I guess also I found Life Spell somewhere, so...
That was Saria. TH should have it as well. Alright, we are going to head west, head east here, just taking this path that was just northeast of Saria.
And very annoying Bogos on the experience trading group.
Yeah.
Alright,
TH
TH
finding
is...
another of our item caves just south of our first palace here on the west.
Yeah, so he's going to give us a sighting of this item that Alsoa may or may not have seen before crashing.
Oh, so this was there. Also, was it? Okay, well, so was it? I lost track a little bit.
Yeah, well, TH having the same kind of problems that Alsoa did. These enemies, especially when you fight them both at the same time, are unpleasant.
Very.
But at least he's got 2-2-3 instead of 1-1-1 that Alsoa had.
Also, I can get that key back and decide I'm out of here. Magic Jar is nice.
Okay, yeah, it's a solidly mid-tier pickup.
You and me did see both Thunder and Reflect already. Neither of them is remotely castable right now. It was 90 and 116 at Magic 1. I'd be surprised if they dropped much at 2 and Magic 2, but they will eventually be needed, so as you find the other of 3 or 6 here on the west. Right, we saw one of the other one earlier, so it's both 3 and 6 in the west. We've got another lake over here and the other side of the raft. Great.
Okay, that means that raft not going to be progression, so we are going to need to find a cave and a bridge somewhere are going to be our last 2 connectors.
Yeah, pass-through caves here is interesting. I guess there's more something to the southeast corner, I guess.
One thing worth noting about the map generation is if there is a raft and a bridge on the same continent, they cannot be both on the same side of the map. So the bridge is going to be on one of the other edges, not the east if it's here.
And TH being savvy and walking down the coast, but I think unfortunately it's just going to be the other side of both those pass-through caves you just saw. Which, funny game, as that's P1 here for Alsoa, which I have absolutely no idea where he just found this.
I think he went up the coast instead of down the coast.
No, that's a dead end there for TH.
Okay, he went.
So
there's okay. It's a little bit up and to the side here. I think TAH is gonna spot it right now.
Yeah, it looks like it. Kind of towards the northeastern part of the map.
Pretty easy enemies in Medicine Cave. Also gonna pass on magic levels. That makes sense considering he has no magic that is really worth casting.
Makes sense, yeah.
Especially Reflect and Thunder are unlikely to become castable even with a couple more magic levels, so might as well just take some more attack and life.
Yeah, life spell's already castable, it's kind of whichever. Here's P1 for TH. I believe Alsoa is in the item cave that's right next to P1 right now. Yeah. So that begs the question, how are we getting off the west? Because it's not Maze Island, we know that was a raft tile that leads us back to the west, so I'm thinking there's a connector cave hidden up here just north of P1 probably that gets us out of here.
Yeah, if I had to guess, it would be a connector cave somewhere on the north side of the map. It's difficult for bridges to fit into a mountainous biome, especially when there's already a raft on the coast. Unfortunately, connection caves can be pretty much anywhere.
There's the Ender key on Stonehenge. Very nice find here.
Okay, so that leads to an interesting question for Alsoa. Do you keep digging, or do you go back to P1? You're sort of right there.
He's gonna check this cave because he's gonna head west. There should be a cave over here, and I think this is about the.
Okay,
actually, there's a
that
decent
could be
amount
the
of stuff
connector.
up here. Jeez.
And it
there
is.
It is. Islands East. Okay.
A runner's gonna be rejoicing for islands with the boots already. It becomes almost as easy as Dry Canyon, but oh man, those mowers are just bodying Alsoa.
Yeah, these guys did have a race room named Bonus Island, so I guess that's what that is.
Yeah, and unfortunately he decided to just up A out of that encounter. I think he's thinking that he wants more levels before going back east, so I wouldn't be surprised if we see Alsoa just sort of blitz all of these palaces on the west trying to get stronger before heading east.
Makes sense here. He's also going to go back to this item cave and get the item, which was that magic jar. Yeah,
so with some good routing, Alsoa seems to have largely made up all of his ground on TAH as far as progression goes. TAH still with a moderate experience advantage.
Yeah, because TAH is a little bit behind here on his overworld exploration, but pretty close really at the moment between our two runners.
Yeah,
there goes another death for Alsoa in this rather unfun cave.
This is Magic Container Cave 3, Runners 1.
Yep. Enemies just do not want to cooperate.
Yeah, and also
deciding just bounces over them and gets out.
Oh, why fight enemies when you can just skip them?
Yep, makes sense.
TH,
especially because that cave is right next to start. You can just, or pretty close to start, so you can just up A and get right back out.
TH immediately finding this same encounter that Alsoa did and just getting murdered by the Moas.
Yep, they are hitting hard.
Yeah, he gets a life cast off and a magic refill. That'll give him some more ability to heal himself. Ooh, looks like only 2 bars for life, though.
Also, double checking the northwest corner of the west, which is absolutely nothing. And here's a rather interesting Valley of Death for TH.
Yeah, I think that cave closest to TH is going to be a item cave.
I think so, yeah.
Oh, it looks like it wasn't the cave I'm referring to, but this is an item cave. TH gotta be careful though. I think he's on his last life and no more casts of life spell remaining.
I think so, yeah, so gonna be a little careful here. We are still missing Trophy Cave and Root on the west. That is a good point from our tracker in chat. Where are those hiding at? That's a nice heart for TH.
Yeah, if I had to guess, all the way in the northwest corner.
We just saw that from Alsoa, that was barren.
Well, I mean, like, the northwest corner from, like, all the way on the north side, like...
Alsoa saw it. I remember seeing the northern edge of the map on his end.
Yeah, because when Alsoa and TH, both of them, when they sort of got to the top middle, they took this connector to the east, but there might have been some more to the west.
Alsoa just went back that way a minute ago and checked. There's not much of importance over there. So looks like that cave from the west dumped us kind of out in the middle of things, because to the east of that is Jump Town here. Meet Nukasudo. Don't need to jump, but it's nice to have.
And 7 magic containers are a requirement in Nukasudo. Oof.
Not getting that anytime soon. Yeah, I am not sure where Rudo and Trophy Cave are hiding out at. Neither of our runners have found Bagu, and we don't have Fairy, so we can't get through Sari right now, but I wonder if there might be something on the other side of that. Though, seems unlikely.
Yeah, one thing they can do, the bot hint giver just before the bridge, if you go all the way out to him, he will give you a hint about which sort of quadrant of the map the Bagu's Woods is located in. And they do thankfully have the correct side to be able to get that hint if they want.
Yeah, that might be useful, because we don't have Fairy yet. We don't know, it might be in Rudo for all we know. And Bagu might end up being... I don't think it's a very high chance, but Sari is kind of in the south middle part of the map relatively, but not on the southern edge, so there could be something. River Devil's useless as always in an island's east with boots, so great.
Yeah, it's definitely looking likely. And yeah, River Devil, please. It's actually because he's specifically built to be constructed on one of the roads connecting the islands. It is basically impossible for him to be required in an island's biome unless, he's like right next to the cave stopping you from entering.
Or unless he locks your progression on the map to get boots, I guess, is about the only other thing, yeah.
Yeah.
Because otherwise, yeah, since he's always guaranteed to just be out on a bridge, you won't need him if you've got boots.
TAH going for the super jump. If you get it on about the 4th try, it's break even. Beyond that, you're better off going around. It looks like TAH is going to do that.
Yep, and also it's on the east, back on the east as well, so gonna do the same thing as TAH here, basically. Didn't really find much in his return to west, just making sure that there's nothing more interesting left on the map. Which, other than going through Saria, maybe, I'm not sure if there's much left, because P1's up near that northeastern corner. I know Alsoa checked the northwestern corner. The southwestern corner was that bit of swamp we were talking about earlier. And the southeast corner is what TAH walked down the coast to check, so I think it's just the south middle bit of the map on the other side of Saria that might really be left.
Yeah, that or... Oh, we saw 2 of the 3 connection caves. I don't know if we ever saw the other end of Fairy Cave.
I'm pretty sure it was just south. Fairy Cave is the one in the northwest part, kind of to the west of Star, right?
Yeah, there were 2.
I think we saw the other end of it.
Yeah, there was 2 connection caves that sort of stuck you into that nothing spot to the southeast.
Yeah, we saw the other end of Fairy Cave, I'm pretty sure. I don't think our other runner walked into the southern end of it, but we did see the northern end. Didn't go much of anywhere interesting. Fire's apparently 84 at level 3. That is a bit unusual as you find P4 here.
Yeah, fire tends to be high at low levels, but 84 is especially high for level 3.
Yeah, it looks like P5 is going to be our Valley of Death Palace today. And continuing exploration. Also, is diverging from TAH and heading south as we get a bridge to Death Mountain, which he does not feel like taking right now. Good idea.
Yeah, if Death Mountain was an island's Death Mountain, maybe you think about, checking it real quick. You could probably find Hammer Cave relatively easily, but looked likely to be vanilla-like, and that's a bit too much of a walk for just one item.
Yeah, I wouldn't feel like it either, especially because the gloves on the east. You're not doing that for a bit.
Yeah, possible there could still be a required item there, but...
I don't blame him for not being enthusiastic about it.
Okay, Alsoa has found Fairy Town, so he's going to have his fairy spell and a hint about the cross also being in the east. Actually going to be quite useful given how nasty these MOAs seem to be.
Yeah, that will be nice if they can find it, but that could be the 7th drawer locked item in Nukasudo, so who knows, it's not that hard container.
Yep, TAH rapidly expending all of the available overworld spots.
Yeah, we're missing what? Risen Peaback Cave and Water Tile?
Yeah, surprisingly, with all of this walking across the water tile's still not in sight.
Nope, it's probably hiding on the small island down in the corner of the map somewhere.
Okay, there's the woods tile.
That's fun.
No hammer yet to check that.
Nope, and there's Thread Rock too, which I think also we checked.
Yeah, TAH looks like he's going to give it a check as well.
Yep. Also, we're getting Dan Stab, and... that's where Fairy was.
Okay. Yeah, and I am not surprised at all. As soon as you get the ability to cast Fairy, immediately go get down stab. Especially since Alsoa is still stuck at 112, 25, almost 25 minutes into the seed. Both of our runners, once they hit the east, sort of stopped fighting anything and have been stuck on their levels, just doing exploration, picking stuff up.
Yeah, they've been too busy doing exploration to grind. I think also either update out of didn't pick up or something that P-Bag in the southwest corner with all the swamp in the west, because that was a 500-point P-Bag, and that's where most of TH's levels came from. Like, I think TH went from like 112 to like 223 or something off that P-Bag.
Yeah. But yeah, with Alsoa having access to downstab now, I'm
So never made it down to the southwest of the east continent. He got the child at least, Patrick. I don't remember if he checked the true southwest corner offhand.
Yeah.
Go ahead, sorry.
Because yeah, that's where that P bag was, that 500 bag.
Yeah. Water Tile for TH is also finds new Kasudo here. And that's across. Okay.
Okay.
Unfortunately, that's a 1 in 3 chance our gloves in that 7-jar lock check, I think, at this point. We don't have Spell. That's between, that's either Old Kasudo, which we haven't found, or Rudo, which we haven't found. Or in Sunken Risen Peaback Cave, somewhere on the map, which, also AWOL.
Yeah, so TH, with almost all of his spells, gonna pick up Shield Spell. But he still does not have downstab.
Oh, was that Shieldin Brew? Or no, not Brew.
Shieldin Old Kasudo, yeah.
So yeah, if Gloves and Spell Tower, we need to go to find Rudo, wherever that is on the west.
Yeah, we're also gonna need to find a trophy somewhere.
Yeah, that too, and that might honestly be in a palace at this point.
It's starting to look likely. Unfortunately, not knowing where Rudo is, can't even get the hint for it.
Nope. Because neither runner's gone through Saria to check the other side of that. I think that's about the only bit of the map left on the west. We're clearly missing something on the east too for Risen Peaback Cave. Because it's an islands biome and they've been walking everywhere with boots, I have no idea where they've been, I'll be honest.
Yeah, neither runner really wanting to go into palaces now that they both have that hint that the glove is in the east. You really want to keep exploring until you're absolutely certain that you're not going to be able to get it.
Which makes a lot of sense, because it is quite common for palaces to be glove locked.
Well, TH has found the last of his available items in the east is going to be this Risen P-Bag Cave. And if this isn't a glove, it's got to be palace time. Hey, it's a glove. It's palace time.
Yep. Straight back to the west for him.
Yeah, I think the palaces in the west are likely to be a pretty easy batch. 1, 3, and 6. 3 gonna be relatively short. 1 definitely the shortest, and 6, well, at least Barba's not too hard.
Yeah, probably gonna. No, let's see. He's gonna get downstab first. I wouldn't be surprised to see him do P1 first after that. As
Yeah,
the guaranteed for Order Palace, and then go do P3 and P6 in the order you go to them in. I don't remember. I think I don't. And well, see what order they're in because we don't actually know which one's which.
Yeah, one's going to be the easiest one to do early, but it does come with a little bit of cost in that if you do one first, because it's shorter, you're a lot more likely to not be able to get very much bonus from the boss. Whereas if you did a 3 or 6 first, you're going to knock all these early levels out of the way with the longer nature of the palace, though obviously that comes at increased difficulty.
Yeah, I am mildly confused why Alsoa is here in DM.
Yeah, I don't know if he has. I think he's probably gotten most of the items in the east as well. He still didn't find that that risen P-bag cape where the glove is.
No?
I think he's hoping that this is going to be a fairly quick check, but who knows if
yeah. And our tracker patch are confirming also did see the glove hint, so that's good at least, because that's not always a guarantee, and TAH is actually going to go dig this pink palace first, which is not one, I don't think. Yeah, one's yellowish today. This and P3 and 6, this one's pink, the other's blue. We don't know which is which yet.
Yep. This is whatever the closest one is, and yeah, it's definitely only 2 bards from the life spell today, so TAH gonna be glad he got shield.
Yeah, that's for sure. Attack 2 doing very, very little against this red iron knuckle here.
Yeah, one of the things that is a little harder to notice that I changed is I fixed some bugs in the shuffling algorithm for attack levels, and attack 2 is probably the level, the attack most affected by that. You're going to see a lot more middling values like 3 and 4 damage, and less 2, and no more of the ridiculous, what should have been impossible, 5 damage attack 2.
And very, very fast Barbara. Okay.
Okay, attack 2 Barbara gonna take some time, TAH. Just doing some regular save stats, getting some 5 and 6 hit cycles.
Makes sense to be conservative on what is a relatively low percent Barbara here.
One thing I appreciate from TAH is correctly getting the manipulation on this version of this room to start Barbara in the left pit.
Yeah, because it does vary by room, and this open air room is a little different from the not open air one.
Yeah, all 3 of the rooms have slightly different timings on where it will come in which pit, but especially in this up elevator room, the left pit is very likely to be correct, and you can set up for it.
Yeah. And Alsoa is deep in the weeds of Death Mountain here, because he was just over in the corner last I looked.
Yeah, on the plus side, this is getting a pretty good experience. He's got some strong enemies that he could fight. Unfortunately, those red diaries prove a bit too much for him, and he's gonna lose his progress towards attack 3.
Which is unfortunate. He's at 212, which not very good. 32 minutes in, unfortunately.
Yeah, not that far behind TAH, but certainly not where you want to be.
No. TAH himself a little low at 234 at the moment. Yeah, it should be just a couple hits left here on Barba.
Yeah, and TAH, now that he knows Barba's real close to dead, being a lot more conservative. You don't want to get your last stab in and fall into the lava because the hitbox is no longer there.
Yeah, but there we go. That is our first gem here. Does pick up attack 3, and this is going to be magic 4. Actually, is just a touch cheaper than life 5.
Only 300 points from Barba. That's the minimum. Thankfully, the 100 bag coming in clutch to still get TAH the double level.
Yeah, for sure. Alright, so is back in Darunia for downstab. Or not downstab, upstab. It's fire spell here. I don't remember if we've seen what fire is connected to. And TAH is in go mode. He's out of here.
Yeah, I don't think TH was able to cast it at Magic 2. Now that he's picked up Magic 3 with that double level, we might see a check soon from him.
Yep.
Oh, sorry, Magic 4 already.
I'm trying to remember where P3 is. I think it's east of here? P1's to the north.
Yeah, I think they're both east of here.
Oh, P1's to the northeast.
One's northeast and one's east-east.
Yeah.
I think six. It'll be 3 right away when he heads east, and then 1 if he heads north from there.
Pretty much, and then he can just go from 1 back to the east after that.
Both runners checking the wall hints on the far end of town.
Yeah. And into P3 here. Nice blue color. Today the palette shuffle has so far been pretty kind. Nothing icy-eringly terrible.
Yeah, there are so many palette options. I was looking through them, and it's a lot.
Yeah, for all that the NES is kind of old, there's definitely a pretty good range of colors it can produce. P1 I think might be the brightest color I've seen yet. It's yellowish. I don't think it was an obnoxious neon yellow or anything. We'll see it TH in a little while though. P3 here. Fight some enemies for a bit more experience.
Oh man, Patrick apparently sent me a pull request to update some of the palettes of it. I'll have to take a look at that after this race. Thank you, Patrick.
Nice. Fairy is 39 at Magic 4, which, it's castable twice, barely, at 5 hours.
Okay, Alsoa, both of our runners took a long time to find this Risen P-Bag Cave. It could be the case on islands sometimes where you just, it's hiding out in the middle of the map or something like it and you don't see it, but he's going to grab his glove and probably be on his way to Palaces shortly as well.
Yeah, so going to be about a P3, P1 behind TH, more or less. Short P6 and at least part of this P3. So we'll see how he does. Gonna head... He's like, okay, where are my palaces again? Yeah, he's going to P6 first. And this is a pretty quick dig if you go the right way. Because I know TH did not spend a ton of time in 6.
Yeah, I think he sort of just went right and it was there, so also it should take about the same amount of time.
Yeah, P3 seemed kind of linear, I think.
Yeah, worth noting that Alsoa, even at Magic 1 Life 2, is just pushing hard for more attack levels.
Yeah, risky strats, 500 points off Rebo's a bit better. Does get TH his life 5 in this. I don't remember if this is probably. I don't know if this is attack 4 of Magic 5 here.
Yeah, probably. Man, what is this? It's probably attack 4, right? Okay. I was gonna say 800 is pretty low for attack 4, but.
Yeah, but he is out of here. He's gonna head north now to P1.
Yeah, sort of a classic overall routing for TAH. Do all your overworld checks, get all your necessary items, and then blitz some palaces. But we are still gonna... Well, I guess... I'm trying to think. We probably actually don't need the spell anymore. Now that we have
everything.
The gloves. TAH we know we don't need the raft. We're not going to need the hammer because we did find all the palaces on the east. So yeah, TAH literally just do all the overworld checks and to do all the palaces.
Yeah, I mean the only real difference is Alsoa also did all the overworld checks before doing the palaces. I just don't understand why he would have Death Mountain. Yeah,
Death Mountain cost him some time, but also
I think that's the main differential between him and TH.
Yeah, it also took him.
I
think it took him a little bit longer on the east to find that Risen P-Bag Cave. I have to admit, I didn't catch where it was, but since both of our runners had a hard time finding it, I assume it was some stupid place that is easy to miss.
I think it was just kind of I think it was somewhere out in the middle of the map, west of the Valley of Death, maybe, or something. Just you go around the edges and you miss the middle thing. Yeah. Oh, that game over hurts for Alsoa, as that's a blink and you miss it horse head.
Yeah, Alsoa did manage to pick up attack 3 before his death, so not wasting too much experience, but it is going to cost him some time. And none of these palaces is putting up much of a fight. TAH already with 3 gems placed. Alright, he's gonna save and quit. I don't know if this is faster than just walking out and going to the connector. Probably a similar distance. Oh, he's gonna do Maze Island. This makes sense, because GP is on the east.
Yeah, I forgot that when talking about the routing earlier, but this is sensible.
Although, if you wanted, honestly, if you wanted to go to the palace at Maze Island, I guess he doesn't actually have the raft. I was gonna say the raft tile was a fairly quick walk down the coast away from where Palace 1 was, but without the raft, obviously, it's not going to be the shortcut it could have been.
Nope, no clue where the raft is. We don't care.
It's probably going to be in Death Mountain at this point.
Either Death Mountain or that New Kasuto. Yeah, putting more tracker also might not be up on 4.x routing. Didn't check the top of the elevator where Barbara is, because he's doing a much longer 6 than TH was. As was that like a 3-room T2?
Yeah,
I
man.
could have sworn TH just went in and now he's.
The big palaces keep coming, but yeah. Speaking of boss rooms, the way the 4.0 randomizer works for boss room determination is at the very beginning of the palace generation, one of the first things it does is pick which boss room it's going to use. And so a result of that is all 3 of the boss rooms are basically exactly evenly likely. And so what that means is in 2 out of 3 palaces, the boss is going to be connected to an elevator. And so it's always good whenever you see an elevator, make sure you check all the way to the top, all the way to the bottom, and see if you find a boss.
Yep. But also is unfortunately not doing that, and has missed what was a very, very fast Barbara for TH.
Yeah, welcome to the race, Chadward. Just to answer your question, Alsoa was, he had a bit of a technical issue early, but he was pretty even with TAH for a while. He lost quite a bit of time to going into Death Mountain that turned out to be fruitless. And then, even though it seems like TAH is like really far ahead in palaces, these palaces have been fast. Like a 3 or 4 palace advantage has only been like 5 minutes. Yeah, it's certainly not helping Alsoa either that TAH seems to have found the path to Barbara right away in this 6, and Alsoa is somewhere else.
Oh, me and myself back. So yeah, unfortunately Alsoa has gone the wrong way, and P6 is a long palace, so if you go the wrong way like he has, it might take a while to get back to the thing you missed, which is the case here.
Yeah, on the plus side, Alsoa is picking up some good experience, helping him catch up on that front. So since he'll be higher levels completing these bosses, he will get to a higher total level by the time he's done, especially if he sticks with these attack burst strats.
Yep. TH into P4 now, but yeah, the first 4 palaces had like the TH beat had maybe 20 rooms combined, or less than that.
Oh yeah, probably less. Unfortunately, TH forgetting this is a dead-end room.
Yeah, at this point with 1800 as the next level, you're not gonna spend too much time grinding for that.
Yeah, have we gotten a fire check yet?
If we have, I wouldn't notice it.
Yeah, either TAH has forgotten or a fire is just not a particularly useful spell, because we are not seeing very much casting of it.
Nope.
Definitely possible, you know, if you get like Fire Reflect or something like that, you're sort of like, yeah, well, whatever.
Is 86 at Magic 5. Not fun, but castable. Barely.
I do really like...
Oh wait, no, actually, never mind. That's wonky math. It is suddenly uncastable right now in Magic 5. He has 80 magic points.
I really do like that room TH just went through. Oh no. Okay, that's right. TH does have the level to break out. But yeah, that room is blocked with Fairy or Glove or Dash is now in logic to clear that room. It's one of the rooms where the room has stayed the same, but the logic has been updated recently to make it more accurate to how the room is actually clearable.
What was it in the previous version?
In the previous version, that room technically required Fairy and Glove.
Ah.
It's a little bit weird, but now it works properly, even dashing across that gap. It is possible to clear with none of those. With some of the flying enemies, you can sort of manipulate your way across it. But it's very tricky.
Yeah, and it's kind of thing where it's a neat strat to know, but not in default logic. TH does get past the Doom Knocker on the Crumble Bridge there. Alsoa is still somewhere in P6.
Yeah, unfortunately, we know that the boss is really close to the start, so all of these paths that he keeps taking, unless they loop back to the beginning, are not going to be where he needs to go.
No, and that's the pitfall of going the wrong way in a short palette. Going the wrong way and missing an early boss in the long palace like this. You either go the right way and skip everything, or you go the wrong way and do everything. Before you get back to the one thing that's the right way. I can't remember where Barba was, just know that TH found it like 5 rooms in.
Yeah, the good news for Alsoa, though, is that TH has been spending a lot of time in this P4.
Oh yeah, P4 has been longer than all the other palaces combined for TH, I think, at this point.
That's almost certainly true in terms of number of rooms cleared.
Because I know like P2 was like 3 rooms, P3 about as long, and P1 was
yeah, okay, you just...
And also was probably feeling a bit doof.
Yeah, you just had to go
now.
1 room up in the first elevator, and also
yeah.
You're on the boss.
Alright, attack 4 is going to be a little faster than the attack 2 Barba that TH did, as long as Alsoa doesn't die.
And he is set up for attack 5 as well from this boss, so...
Yep. Is fire jump? Because he's shooting fireballs from his sword right now.
That seems likely at this point. I believe he cast the jump spell, but he is now shooting fireballs, so yeah, probably fire jump. It is definitely one of the least good fire spells, because it doesn't even give you a discount because fire and jump already so cheap at higher levels.
Making me a little nervous how close he was to the edge of the platforms there a couple times, but he is fine. Also, I would not be going back for 800 experience right now.
What is he even... Well, there's these drippers.
I guess 100-point drippers actually isn't too bad.
But, I mean, this 1800 is attack 5. He would have to farm... Unless he, like... I guess I don't understand. Unless his plan is to farm up to attack 5 and then get enough magic to get attack 6 from the boss.
Yeah, I don't know, as TH has found the item in P2. That was not P2. This is... Where is he, actually?
It could be that Alsoa is still looking for the item, but I don't think he's found the item yet.
Whoops. No, he just found the item. It was the hammer.
Okay.
And I don't know about... I don't think Alsoa saw the item in 6.
No, I mean, Alsoa is still looking for the item.
Yeah, that's
what I meant.
I don't know why he'd be looking for the hammer, the item, but...
yeah, I mean, he's gotten all of the same information TH has in terms of hints and overworld exploration. I'm pretty sure we don't need any additional items to beat the seed.
Yeah. Oh, our tracker confirming. No, so I did find the item P6 item a red jar, but it wasn't the standard item room.
Okay, so maybe Alsoa, not totally up with the newer rooms, didn't know that was the item, but Either way, I don't think he needs an item, but he's gonna keep looking. At the very least, gonna pick up some more experience. TAH did manage to get the 1800 for attack 5 just from fighting enemies. He's been at this P4 for so long.
Yeah, this 4 has been a slog.
Alright, here's an elevator. I was gonna say, this basically has to be the boss, and it is.
Yeah, there was not much left for this character at this point. He's seen everything in here.
Alright, so P4 finally down for TAH. He's going to be able to move on to P5, which is just a short walk away. Yeah, and Alsoa deciding he is going to try and get an extra level here. He's just going to grind off these Doom Knockers. I think this makes sense. It's the fastest way to get experience.
Yeah, the Doom Knocker Drippers are 100 apiece, which isn't too bad.
Unfortunately, they are a bit spooky, but Alsoa definitely takes them down. But he's going to need to get another 300 experience if he wants to get attack 6 here, so have to fight a bit longer.
Yeah, it does take a little bit, and he's down to no health here too. I presume he has a life left. Okay, he does, as he gets hit by hammers from every direction.
Yeah, now he can cast Reflect if he wants and make this real safe.
Looks like he will, and should get here shortly.
Good fairy.
Gage, though, has gotten caught up on levels as well. 557 pretty decent for 50 minutes in, and it's going to be sufficient to clear GP with. Now, assuming Thunder's cast, which I don't think it presently is, TH on his last life, so might need to be careful.
Yeah, TH's next life is almost certainly Magic 6, so he will be able to cheapen it up at least some, but if he has to go hunt for another container, that's really going to hurt him, because there aren't really great places to look for another item.
No, because he's go-moded all of his dungeons except for P4, which was just a hammer, unfortunately. Spec Rock was no more obvious in DM. I don't know if Alsoa saw it, but he certainly doesn't.
Yeah, Alsoa did see it. It was just off to the west when you come in.
Gotcha. So TH doesn't know where that is, unfortunately. So that might be good for Alsoa if he needs to go magic jar hunting.
Yeah, if TH does need to go magic jar hunting, honestly, Death Mountain is probably the best place to go at this point.
Yeah, because it's that or pick a palace and hope you guess right.
Yeah, we still haven't found either of the new casino items, but TH does not meet the requirements for either of those items.
Yeah, neither of them's found Rudo, and we have only 5 magic jars between them, which is the problem to begin with.
Beyond Death Mountain, but yeah, beyond Death Mountain, I think TH just would need to go back into palaces, like go into P1, maybe P3, look for items there.
Yeah. Alsoa goofing his memory and going back to the wrong palace. Whoop-de-doo, he didn't go east.
Yeah, the alternative to looking for another magic container if Thunder isn't castable at Magic 6 would be just finding a spot to grind and grinding out Magic 7, but that would take up, at least like 5 minutes. It might be faster than looking for another container, but it's certainly a commitment.
Yeah. Like, the 100-point drippers were, worked for Alsoa, but they hit on the ground like 3,000 experience off them. That still takes forever.
Yeah. I'd probably be closer to 4,000.
Probably, as Alsoa is now in P3 here. We'll see how long... We know this was, like, stupid fast for TH, because all of the palaces except for P4 so far, and P5 we don't yet know about, have been stupid fast. And I think it was a fairly linear path to Rebo, so as long as Alsoa keeps going, he should find it.
Yeah, we should see, hopefully, Alsoa make his way through these pretty quickly.
Barry's still 66 at Magic 2. Yeah, he's at Magic 2 low. Power leveling. Brain. P5 here is being P5 for TH. Palaces 4 and 5. The only ones to provide any real kind of challenge, because the others were to combine like 15 rooms.
So I did have to look up the magic table because I was curious. The only level at which it is guaranteed that Thunder is castable on 5 bars is Magic 8. Oof. It is entirely possible that 5 bars is not enough to cast Thunder at level 6 or 7.
That's a pain. Out as there's trophy, by the way, for TAH, who does not pick it up. I would in this situation.
Yeah, it's still technically
Just
possible it could be useful. If you're looking for, if more containers end up being useful, there's a moderate chance that Spell is blocking one.
I mean, there's at least, yeah, but there are still, because we're slowly running low on item checks. We have seen half our palace items now between palaces 4, 5, and 6. We're missing those 1, 2, 3, the 2 from DM, and the 2 from Nukasudo, so it's a bit of a toss-up. Alsoa thankfully does check the elevator in P3 and is going to be out here. I think Alsoa wants TH to need to go get to be unable to afford Thunder at Magic 6, because otherwise,
yeah, I mean, one of the only advantages Alsoa has is his leveling strategy is going to mean that he's going to be able to be on extremely high levels of magic.
Yeah, whereas TH is might potentially be in a bit of a pickle. We still don't know yet. He needs to find Guma before he can figure that out, and he has not found Guma yet. Guma is hiding somewhere here in P5.
Yeah, as he typically does. Ooh, a nice one-up pickup for TAH.
That is quite appreciated in a longer palace like this.
Especially when you know you have to fight Guma. There's nothing worse than going through a huge P5, having absolutely no idea how you got to where you are, and then finding Guma on 1 life and being like, oh no.
Especially if you're down like half your health or more, yeah. And he has to take a death. No, he does not. Okay, 23 Fairy and Magic 5 looks pretty decent. A little annoying just because they only have 5 magic jars, but that is 3 casts on a full bar of magic, which decent. Alsoa is now in this P1, which I know TH cleared very quickly. Alsoa is going to find the item, which is a magic jar. Alsoa is guaranteed to be able to cast Thunder with that. Because he will eventually get to Magic 6 here with this power leveling. And in fact, here's Horsehead. TH, that's actually a little unfortunate for TH that the item and boss were right next to each other like this, because Alsoa went up, TH went down. Up was your magic jar, down was Horsehead, and that's a little unfortunate for TH to miss that.
Yeah. So 86-60 for attack 8. Is Alsoa going to cash in now, or is he going to go all the way to attack 8? You can definitely see him going either way.
Yeah, I don't know.
If the only palace Alsoa had left was like 5, I definitely want to cash in now and have extra power, but he's got some fairly easy palaces ahead of him that he could potentially get even more experience on.
Yeah. He doesn't know it, but we know P2 was a blink and you miss at palace as well. P4 is a bit more of a slog, but
yeah,
quite a bit more of a slog.
8-2-3 for Alsoa, so could be cutting through these enemies.
Oh yeah, that's for sure. Who needs life levels when you just have all the attack in the world? He's gonna up A and head to Maze Island now. Yeah, that's true that P1 is probably a pretty appealing place to check for an item for TH, but we'll see. Because part of the issue for TH is he's seen nothing of Palaces 1, 2, and 3. No, yeah. 1, 2, 3, and 6, TH has seen basically nothing of because he spent a grand sum of like a minute and a half of each of them.
Yeah, unfortunately for TAH, Palaces 4 and 5, he's basically seen all of.
That's the other side of it, yeah. He saw nothing of the first 4 palaces he cleared, and then the remaining 2 he's seen everything. And, because he's still looking for this Guma, wherever he is, because, TH hasn't found him. Getting hit by some of the fireballs from those MOAs.
Yeah.
So the walk to Maze Island is through Maze Island to P2 is almost as long as P2 itself, Lou.
Yeah, we'll see if Alsoa takes the same routing that TAH did, but...
He did seem to remember to check the elevator in P3, so I hope that helps, as, here's Guma finally for TH.
Yeah, Alsoa immediately taking this right instead of going all the way down the elevator. I don't remember whether this is going to be a shortcut or a trip to the rest of P2.
I want to say it might have been out of that first elevator, but I don't honestly remember. I know TH found it in like the first 5 rooms, because I remember looking over and going, wait, he's done already? Again?
Yeah, I'm beginning to think it was just down that elevator. Well, unfortunately, the good news though is that I think there were a couple left that fed into that elevator shaft, so decent likelihood also it's just going to loop back to where he needs to be.
Hopefully, because he is losing time unfortunately on TH by not checking the full entirety of the elevator shafts.
I did not get enough time to check what the Thunder cost was. It is 86! TH is going to have to find a container or get grinding.
Yeah, you're a bit ahead of me, by the way. You can hit a refresh button.
Oh, yeah, sure, I can hit a restart.
Yeah, we'll see what TH does now, because that is not castable.
I hope he noticed. He did take a bit of a long pause there.
Yeah. Also gonna refresh for restream.
Well, that is definitely what Alsoa needs to catch up here.
Oh, for sure, because Alsoa is spending a lot of time by taking the wrong route in these palaces that TH spent 2 minutes in.
Yeah, and... you know, Magic 6 may not be good enough at 5 bars, but Alsoa with the 6th bar and also, you know, likely to be at Magic 7 or so is going to have no problem casting Thunder.
Oh, yeah.
We'll see what TH looks to explore. I hope it's not. Don't do it!
He's going to hope to get...
Oh, level. He just noticed.
He just realized.
Okay, so like, where's he going to go?
He's thinking about it.
Yep, Death Mountain or P1 are going to be his best bets. We know P1 does have a container. Death Mountain probably has a container.
Yeah. Because we've seen 2 magic jars so far. One is in the west, one is in P1. There's 2 outstanding between P2, P3, Death Mountain, and Nukasudo. So it's a 1 in 3 chance of there being a jar in Death Mountain, approximately. We'll find that for Alsoa here. Oh, also, TH also making sure he didn't just miss Trophy Cave somewhere. I do think it's on the southern end of Saria.
Yeah, unfortunately, this is another palace where Alsoa going right instead of down the elevator has cost him, because he has once again found the rest of the palace, including an item here with this horse head, instead of just zipping through.
Yeah. TH is not heading for P1 right now. Not sure where he is going, but I think he's looking for Trophy Cave.
Yeah, I think he may also be looking for Rudo, thinking he missed it somewhere.
Yeah, which he has. I think I just don't really know if he realizes it's probably on the other side of Saria.
Yeah, almost certainly.
Alsoa, I totally missed the item in 2 here for Alsoa.
Yeah, I also missed it, but it wasn't a magic container. That's really all that's relevant at this point.
That's good for TH that it wasn't the magic container, because he's not going back to 2. He is, however, going back into Death Mountain.
I like this play. There's 2 items here. He's got the hammer. He can get some amount of free exploration with his boots. Unfortunately for him, he has gone to the opposite corner of the map from where Spec Rock is.
Yeah, which, it's the unfortunate thing about Death Mountain. You pick a direction and, have at it.
When this path he took does not look like it leads anywhere except back where he came.
Yeah, he takes one look and decides, I'm turning back around. Alsoa is also backtracking. Unfortunately, he needs to just up A entirely to get back to the start of the palace.
The good news is he's backtracked so far that this is going to put him back in the elevator.
Oh, actually, no, he is back in the original elevator shaft. I thought he was further out. But...
Oh no, but he's going to go left instead of down.
Alsoa, no!
Oh no.
We need to remind him to check elevators.
He's going to full clear this whole palace.
Yeah. We're gonna have to remind him to check elevators, shafts if he interviews. As, this is a little painful.
Yeah, unfortunately this is probably just Alsoa not being as familiar with the newer versions of the randomizer.
Yeah, he has taken up. This is his first tournament after a lengthy break, as TH does catch sight of Spec Rock, but just got that ended here, so he's got to go back south and then try a different cave. He also has taken a bit of a break. I think it's been a couple of years since we last saw him in the Z2R tournament, so it's a little rusty, I think. Plus, the changes from 4.0 certainly don't help. I don't remember which version Alsoa last played on for a tournament.
Yeah, this P2 looking quite large.
Very unfortunately, it does tend to be one of the longer palaces, and we are definitely seeing it from here from Alsoa, who's looking to full clear this as well. I think the rate we're going. Okay, THS and I remember Alsoa finding this corner of the map earlier. Okay. I think Alsoa might just need the remaining 2 magic jars to be Spell Tower and Old Lady in Nubisudo at this rate.
Yeah, that's gonna help him. TH finding Spec Rock.
Which is just a heart container. That's not what he wants.
Yeah. I mean, he's gonna keep digging, and this is one of those things where I said earlier, like, just sitting down and grinding Doom Knockers for 5 or 10 minutes or whatever it is, it's a commitment. It's a long time. Is it actually going to be slower than TAH looking for another container? I don't know. But also, you know, even if you get Magic 7, it's not a guarantee at 5 bars.
No. So I get this play from TH, and unfortunately it's not really paying off at the moment.
Yeah, the way the magic costs work is there are a random value plus minus 50% of their vanilla value. But level 1 through 6 for Thunder are all 120 in vanilla.
Yeah.
It's not until level 7 that it goes down to 100, and then level 8 to 64. So, what is that? If you're looking for it to be below 80, any individual level up is only going to be about 1 in 3 to make it castable. Usually, because the costs can never go up, you know, the fact that it's only 1 in 3 to be below 80, but you get, 5 or 6 chances of it because you level up so many times means that the cost tends to be below 80 by this point, but it's certainly turning out unfortunate for TAH.
Trippers, Muck Police, they're Doom Knockers at 100 apiece. Alsoa spent a while grinding them off them in P6 earlier. As Alsoa finally finishes P2 off, is definitely not happy with himself, I think, at this point.
Yeah, and he's put all his levels into Magic.
He wants that Thunder castable.
Yeah, and he's gonna get up to Magic 7. Let's see if it's... I mean, it's 6 bars. I think it actually does Yeah, I think it may actually
6
be
bars is
guaranteed.
guaranteed castable because he's got
Yeah.
he's got 96 points. Even if it's still 86, it's still castable at 96 total points.
Oh yeah, that's right. It's for sure castable.
Math feat. Yeah.
Yeah. But Alsoa's gonna be able to get to 888 if he wants very easily.
Oh yeah, for sure. I think TH might be checking through Southern Anasaria now, as we was mentioning earlier.
Yeah, he's gonna go and get the hint from the bot, and that's gonna tell him where Bagu's Woods is. Oh no, I guess he doesn't even need that. He has Fairy Spell. For the longest time, they didn't have that, but he's just gonna be able to cross.
Yeah, he's gonna find Rudo and Trophy Cave on the other side of this.
Yeah, presumably. They have to be somewhere.
I'm not sure there's anywhere else left on the map for them.
Yeah, the logic does not guarantee that everything is accessible, but it does guarantee that every place that has a thing is accessible.
Yeah. Alright, here we are. Yep.
Here's Rudo, and there's a little road that almost assuredly leads to Trophy Cave.
Pretty sure it does, yeah. Off to the west there is... Also, unfortunately, now has to go dig the palaces that were actual slogs.
Did TH, did he actually get his trophy, though?
No, he saw it and walked off.
Nope. He did not. Gooba sits on the trophy,
I was talking about that earlier. TH looked at it and left, and
He's regretting it now!
Yeah, he's reading that hit and going, oh, right. Yeah, that thing I left behind ages ago.
He's gonna check Trophy Cave. If this doesn't have a container, I think he's gotta check Palace 1. I think that's gotta be his next check, and that will get him a container of... Well, we found the raft.
The raft of uselessness. Great.
That I understand not picking up.
Yeah, no, that... I guess, okay, I can count the pea bag. He's gonna walk it back out, or it looks like. Trying to keep that experience for Magic 6.
It's gonna cost him a couple minutes to walk it off, though.
He's got the minutes to lose, at least, with Alsoa spending as long as he did in Palaces 2 and 6.
Yeah, on the plus side, these are 4 and 5 are the palaces TH spent forever in. So maybe Alsoa routing differently is going to give him an advantage here.
That is true, because we know TH was in here for these two palaces for a long time. He basically 100%ed both. Alsoa can gain time if he does this, which would be good for him since he also 100%ed 2 and 6, which were not necessary full clears. Because we know TH did them in like 3 rooms each.
Oof. Rough set of Iron Knuckles.
Yeah, this is not a pretty room.
Even in Magic 7, life not that cheap. But...
Yeah.
Okay.
He's gonna get the life level here, though, which is good.
Yeah, he's just gonna start picking up levels as he goes, because he knows he's gonna be at basically max levels pretty soon anyway.
Yep, TH heading back up to P1 now.
Yep, and this is gonna be what he's looking for. Also possible he picks up another level here.
It is, he's up to 1486, so it'll take him a minute if he can to get that additional, what is that, 1265 experience? Yeah. The 1-up's nice since he's trying to stay alive for that, and I think he's lost at least 1 life at this point.
Yeah, I think he's picked up a couple extra lives as well, so she's in pretty good shape. It's one thing that's possible if the item isn't too far in and you really want to be safe. Yeah, TH at 4 lives right now. He could find the item and then actually walk out of P1 and carry some extra lives into GP.
Yeah, we do know that the magic jar is very, very close to start. Because the first junction you hit in this P1 is you go down for the boss, you go up for the magic jar, and you go left for, I guess, everything else in the palace. So TH needs to go up instead of left here, basically.
Oh, well, he's gonna...
unfortunately, he's going left. Alright.
Gonna join Alsoa in the full clear club.
Yeah, this is a bit unfortunate. Alsoa is full clearing 4, it looks like, which unfortunately, well, we know TH did the same, so at least he's not going to lose more time to this.
Yeah, unfortunately, he kind of needs to gain some time here.
Yeah, he's not losing time, but he needs to gain the time.
I think Alsoa's best hope at this point is a really rough GP. He is going to be coming in with quite a bit higher levels than TAH is.
Yeah, that's for sure, because TH is going to be at 5.6, 5.7, 5.77 best here. Depending on how much he gets out of this one. And like 4 was fairly long, so and P1's relatively short, so I think it's all there's just only so much time it's gonna take for TH to full clear this place, as he is actually going to see the top of the item room here. He's gonna now know he needs to check an up elevator to go find this magic jar.
Okay, if I was TAH right now, the gears would be turning in my head. Where is there an up elevator? I know, right at the beginning.
Right next to the boss. You know, the thing you walked past a couple minutes ago. But it's actually good for TH that he saw that, because he now knows he needs just to go back to their room.
Yep, TH, this is a... Oh, I think I was going to say, this is a dead end, and I think TH knows it's a dead end, because he went down this dead end earlier, but he's just picking up enough experience. No! Wow, I'm shocked. I would have sworn TH was just clearing this room to get attack 6 and take the up A, but he's going to walk it all the way back. If
you know your magic jar's in sight, and you know that that's going to make Thunder castable, I'm not going to walk the however many rooms it is back to that elevator. It's not fast.
Yeah.
It's got to be at least a good 5 or 8 rooms here, back to probably more at least. TH has been one for a good bit in this scene. Most of this place, I think, by now. It's not going to be fast to get back.
Yeah, Alsoa does pick up his hammer, which is going to be totally useless, but might as well.
Yeah, I guess if it's in your face, why not? Not doing what TH did with the trophy, which TH might be regretting a bit at the moment.
Yeah, I mean, if he had picked up Spell, I can pretty much guarantee you he would have gone to New Kasuto first. And there's a high probability it would have saved him this incredibly long P1 redip.
Yeah. And that's a point for Patrick too in chat. The TH has also cleared most of this place, so there's not a lot of enemies left to get experience off of, unfortunately. I have no memory of where the hammer, if the hammer was anywhere close to Karok, but I want to say it took TH a while to find Karok after finding the hammer, so
I think Alsoa may be on the right path. I remember noting this
room, yeah.
Glove/fairy/dash required room.
Yeah, but here's TH finding his item, and he's gonna be like, well, great, I could have gotten this,
at the very beginning of P1?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then he's just gonna up A away all that experience, so he could have had attack 6 and just, decided he didn't want it? I don't know, maybe it was an accident.
I'm really baffled by him deciding to up A after walking it all the way there.
But unfortunately, Alsoa taking just as long in this P4 as TAH did, so TAH still going to have a pretty decent lead into GP.
Yeah, because Alsoa also still has the equally long P5 left to do.
Yeah, and I don't know if there even was a faster than P5.
I don't know either. I know TH full clear the place, as he did with P4. He wasn't sure it would be enough for the container. Well, okay. I guess Shadwer.
But he was sure it would be enough. It was 87 at Magic 6. The container definitely makes it enough.
86, but yes.
86, sure, yeah. He was definitely guaranteed to be able to cast it. The magic level may or may not have been enough, but the container was guaranteed to be good.
Yeah. Because for those who don't know, each magic container gives you 16 points of magic. And your spell menu will tell you how many points of magic each spell costs. So 86 in this case for Thunder. So you don't need to remember the exact math, you just need to know the numbers. It's 64 for 4 jars, 80 for 5, 96, then 112 and 120.
Yeah, weirdly, while each bar of magic is 16 points, each bag of life is 32. But because the maximum amount of life you can have is 255, the first bar of life is only 31 points.
Huh.
Weird programming quirk.
Yes, indeed. That is quite funny, actually.
I discovered that one on accident while I was messing around with some stuff. Oof, and we were saying that Alsoa was hoping for a rough P6.
Yeah, welcome party of chickens here, like the screen to heck for
Oh no!
Yeah, okay,
at least this is just a bot.
Yeah, because the chicken squad's out in force. And gets hit by the blue chicken knight on the way out. Does get the life cast off, and more chickens! Great! This is exactly what Alsoa needs as he finally finds Karok and takes a death.
Yeah, thankfully, Alsoa, plenty of lives still remaining.
Oh yeah, he's fine. Yeah, Alsoa needs TAH to run face first into a chicken squad like this.
Yeah, I mean, good news for Alsoa, it's happening.
Yeah. Because Krista would be thrilled to see this chicken squad. You're heading like a truck today.
Yeah, and Alsoa's like, instead of 5, 6, 7, Alsoa's likely to be coming into this GP at 8, 7, 8.
Yeah, and that's should make a noticeable difference on the chickens. He's technically down the heart container, but still.
Yeah, the being down a hard container but being at Magic 8 or Life 8 is probably roughly a toss-up. Hard to say exactly. Life levels are weird.
And then Attack 8 should help him actually get through them quicker.
Oh yeah, Attack 8 gonna be the biggest difference. Chickens are very tanky, and Attack 8 still makes quick work of them.
Yeah. More waffle rooms here for TAH. This one's got dots in it, which isn't as bad at least. Or, well, the first part. We don't know about the second one.
The vertical dots are really scary if you're on the ground. Unlike a lot of the enemies, the vertical dots have a constant amount of damage and hit for an entire bar apiece, unshielded.
Ouch, yeah, and you can see that here. TAH does take some damage.
Weirdly, the horizontal dots hit for, like, nothing.
Game being weird. It does... Okay, thankfully that orange chicken just jumps straight in the lava. And this TH making it through here.
I'm gonna gamble on a 50-50. Nope.
Nope, game not gonna give it to him. And nope. Game says no, TH. And Patrick getting hit in the area with female genitalia hurts too. I can tell you that. As also finds P5, and TH has got yet another chicken!
Yeah, well, so we'll see how quickly Alsoa can clear this P5. It took him about the same amount of time as TH to do 4. You know, maybe Alsoa routes this a little differently and saves some time.
Did that elevator just loop in on itself for TH? Because I could have sworn he went left, right, and went straight back onto the left side of the same elevator room.
Yeah,
because I think that's the same statue he failed at hitting.
Yes, I believe he has looped. And I believe he has realized that he has looped. And I think that puts like this whole section of P6 in a big loop.
GP, you mean? Yeah.
GP rather, yeah.
And that's his last life here. And that's not bad. I get that. He decides, you know what, that's a loop, I'm down to my last life. I am not walking it however many rooms it is back through here to the last fork, wherever it might have been, because there were several check-ins between him and that, so...
yeah, we'll see if he can find a kinder path.
Yeah.
Oh, a kinder path he did indeed find.
This does look a bit nicer, yes. Well, as I say that. Ingbot hanging out on the ceiling, and there's T-Bird. That's a rather fast T-bird if we just go left from start, was that?
Yeah, and you know, maybe that's could be another advantage to Alsoa coming into GP if he decides he wants to gamble. Just take the first left and save that whole loop.
It assumes it gets into GP before TH finishes, which isn't even a guarantee at this point. Considering he is still in P5, and P5's being P5.
I'm being hopeful. He can still have a close race. Yeah,
TH is down to his last bar of health here on T-Bird, so needs to keep an eye out here. And there's death. Also, it's going to find the item in 5, which is the trophy he doesn't need.
Both of our runners looking at the trophy and deciding not to pick it up. Alsoa, I understand. TAH.
TH, not so much.
Yeah. Alright, so Alsoa also doing like TAH, seeing that item, not liking it, taking it up A, trying a different path at the start.
TH using jump strats, I think, on T-Bird. It is round 2 here, though. He is on a fresh reset, so he's still got 1 life left. As I say that, there is him now on that last life. This is good for Alsoa, because attack 8 does make a difference versus attack 5. He just needs to be able to get there, is the problem. And because Alsoa is still trying and failing to find Guma in 5, because Guma was buried somewhere here.
TH getting a little off pattern, but getting a good reset.
T-Bird is down for TH.
Slightly stingy 700 points.
Yeah, and probably gets hit in the face with another chicken.
Oh boy, more chickens.
Yep. And, oh great, oh hey, upstep block. Good thing they picked that up earlier, with another chicken in it.
Oh, this chicken can be rude in this upstep block room.
Yeah, and I don't blame for TH for deciding, I'm on my last life, I've got like half a bar of health left, this chicken doesn't look like fun, let's up A and get back here.
Yeah, he's gonna be... There weren't very many enemies at all outside of T-Bird on the way there, so he should be pretty full on resources coming back in. Yeah. Oh, never mind, there were chickens.
There were a pair of chickens in this room, yeah. Also, still looking for Guma. I have no idea where he was.
Yep, the Doom Knocker Trippers dripping Guma here in the other palace set.
Yep.
Yeah, TH, almost no resources expended. Getting back to this room, he is gonna use Fire Jump, help clear it a little faster.
Yeah. Does get bopped by the chicken and then runs face first into a second one. Yay!
Hooray, chickens!
And you're high. That one does jump in lava at least.
Well, TH not gonna go for the 50-50.
Deciding he doesn't want to risk getting another chicken to the face, I guess.
That's reasonable. If I was on my last life, I'd definitely be taking that gamble. Try and get some
Does get
life
hit by the
refill.
bot. He is down to almost no health left. This is in... No, never mind, because that's Darkling.
Yep. And I believe that is actually a full clear.
I think he's seen just about every room in here, yeah. Not sure much if there was much of anything left. I think he saw just about all the other rooms on the other path, and we'll clear this end of it. As Alsoa finally finds Guma. And that's GG's and TAH gonna go 1-0 here in Swiss with an official time of 1:29.43.
Yeah, Alsoa does find Barba, but or Guma rather, but just a tad too late. Unfortunately, didn't save the time he needed on these 4 and 5s, and just a bit too costly, the mistakes earlier.
Yeah, I think it would have been closer if he hadn't full cleared 2 and 6 as well. And TH will be joining us for an interview as Alsoa. Looks like he's going to finish out the seed.
Yeah, if he goes left in GP, it should be a pretty quick one.
We'll see how Alsoa routes. Going to get life 8 here.
Also getting caught on the bridges that can have the encounter triggered anywhere on them and are very annoying when you try to cross.
Yep.
I feel like they basically have a magnet on them. Wherever you try to cross, that's where the encounter is. Edge, middle, doesn't matter.
Yeah, it does, like, sometimes that's just how it goes. He isn't too GP now, an hour 32 in.
Oh, and he does not go left.
Yeah. Gonna take the more typical right routing, which is gonna send him down a whole lot of not T-Bird. And one of the downsides of having such high levels is you're not very likely to take a game over that's gonna send you back to start. So it could be a while before he gets back to that left at start.
Yeah, do we know if he has upstab?
That's a really good question. I think he does, but I don't know for sure.
Okay, he does. He does. I saw him press up very briefly there.
Okay.
It'd be very sad if he didn't have it, because it is required.
Yeah. It wouldn't be hard for him to go get it, but it would be an additional thing to do.
Yeah, just a bit annoying to have to leave and come back, but he did pick it up apparently when he was in Nibiru.
Yeah, I remember commenting on him walking into Darunia for it. He's also going to get hit in the face by a chicken or 2.
Have I mentioned that names are hard?
They are.
Yeah, 8-7.
Just sort of giving him trouble too, because these chickens are just brutal and falls through the floor.
That is not the side of the room you want to fall through the floor on, unfortunately. Maybe this death will convince him to up A.
That would be good for him. Yeah, so this is gonna be, yeah, that's gonna be a death. Blue Chicken Knight's lagging the room too much. And he's gonna try and ferry through here, which is the easiest way of dealing with this.
Yeah.
And we are now joined by TH here for an interview. GG's. If you're saying anything, we can't hear you.
Also, we're getting lucky with the 50-50 red jar in this waffle.
Yep, there's a nice pickup here.
Life's still expensive at Magic 7, but he does get a few casts out. Also getting vertical bubbled right next to the exit of the room.
Yeah.
It's one of those things where sometimes you'll see runners jump right as they get to the exit of the room. Sort of just hoping, oh no, Alsoa. But unfortunately, killing the Kingbot despawns all of the enemies in the room, which includes despawning the 50-50.
Yeah. This is going to be the dead end for him, though, so he should figure it out pretty quick that...
Yeah, this is going to loop around in a couple more rooms.
Yep. Well, yeah, he should. It's only a couple rooms, so he should make it through on this light, and then go back to start, take the left, and be done in a few more minutes. TH is having some audio issues, so... And yeah, there's the update for also TH is having some audio issues, so hopefully he gets those sorted, because he can't hear us either, apparently. We can't hear him, and he can't hear us, so, Discord things.
Yeah, this is the Kingbot in the ceiling, and unfortunately, Alsoa did use enough magic to not be able to afford Thunder here.
He is going to have to take a death.
See, it looks like he's just doing tornado strats here with without jump, but just sort of bodying the hits and getting multiple stabs in each cycle.
Unfortunately, that only goes so far, and he does take the death here. 62 magic at Thunder at Magic 7, by the way, so that would have been enough for TH if he'd gotten it.
Okay, can you all hear me?
Hey, now we can hear you, GG's.
Hey, now I can finally hear you. All right, thank you.
So how about that Thunder spell?
Yeah, it's pretty high. I heard you say it was pretty affordable at Medic 7.
62 for Alsoa, yeah, so that would have been castable on 5 bars, but yeah, that would have taken you quite a while to grind for it.
Yeah. Say I needed a couple more, at least another 1,500, something like that. I don't know. I
You were
really
like,
didn't.
I think you finally found the jar at a P1 at about 3,000. So yeah.
Yeah,
It's
something
taking you
like that.
another, like, I think you were missing like 700 or something at that point.
Yeah, I had to look it up. 5 bars, even at Magic 7, is not a guarantee of being able to cast it.
Oh wow. Well, yeah, of course. It's kind of
Yeah.
vanilla-ish too, isn't it?
Yeah, the vanilla cost is 100 at Magic 7. It goes down to 64 at Magic 8.
Yeah. Okay.
But Alsoa, unfortunately, in a lot of the earlier palaces, you sort of got in there and got into an elevator and held down and found the boss. Alsoa, unfortunately, was going right in a lot of those rooms and full cleared a lot of palaces that you spent 3 rooms in.
Yeah, he did go through, like, he spent a lot of time in 2 and a lot of time in 6. He actually ended up spending less time than you in P1 at the ultimately, because that first elevator, you could go up for the item, down for the boss, and left for everything else. You went down the first trip, he went up the first, and then down the first trip, so he actually... First trip was slightly longer for him, but it saved him time ultimately. But Palaces 2 and 6 were a real slog for him. He was in there for quite a while. He full cleared both. Unfortunately, he just didn't go down at that first elevator that had the boss in both of those palaces and ended up seeing everything else in them. And then 4 and 5 were also just complete slogfests for you both. Those were really, really long.
Yeah, that was not great. I know I was rolling pretty. I found rolling really well early. I found all my items. I was just rolling through palaces, and then just hit that roadblock with the longer ones, except for 6. But
Yeah, 1, 2, 3, and 6 were blink and you miss it fast, and then just 4 and 5 decided to just make up for the speedy first 4 palaces where you spent like a combined 10 minutes and found maybe 15 rooms total. And are like, nope, you're gonna just spend like a 10 minutes in each of these. Good luck. Also, we don't really know why, but you both chose to clear the overworld before going into palaces, which made sense because you had the access to it. You had boots for Islands East, and you knew you both had to hit that Glove was in the East. But I don't know why, but Alsoa chose to dig Death Mountain early.
Oh wow, really?
Yeah, without a hammer even, and unfortunately you found, you wasted time in there, unfortunately. And I don't think it cost him the race in and of itself. I think the P2 and P6 dig still would have done him without that, but, it did cost him a few minutes.
Wow. Yeah, that Death Mountain was not great for a Hammer Cave. I mean, I got lucky and found the rock, but, Hammer Cave, I don't have any clue where that would have been.
I don't think Alsoa found it either, so no clue.
Yeah. Has to be like tucked in a corner, probably in the south corner.
South. I don't know, because southwest corner you saw, southeast corner should have been on the coast.
Yeah, maybe just in the middle somewhere, maybe.
Maybe in a dead end someplace random, yeah. Neither of you found it in any case. Might have been another magic jar, could have been like pea bag or something, I guess. There wasn't a whole lot left. And PG's still Alsoa here, 14209. He will be joining us for an interview. And hey, Alsoa, GG's.
GG's. So the scene can be described as the first 40 minutes and then everything else.
Yep.
Dude, I was on 1-2 for the longest time.
You were.
Let the record show I dug P6 on 1-1-2.
Yes, you did.
Unfortunately, you dug P6.
Yeah. One of the biggest differences between you guys also is TH spent a combined 10 minutes tops and found maybe 15 rooms total between palaces 1, 2, 3, and 6 his first trip through.
That would do it.
Because those palaces were stupid early as long as you took the elevator.
Yeah, I'm slowly starting to realize that there seems to be a biasing towards the boss always has an elevator.
Yeah, the way V4 Rando works, it picks the boss room first before it generates the palace. And so it's exactly 1/3 for the boss to be up, down, or right. So elevators are really OP.
Well, that's pretty cool.
Yep. So for future reference, just when you see an elevator shaft, check the entire thing top to bottom before clicking a direction, because that would have saved you a lot of time in 2 and 6.
Yeah. Not my smartest playing, and I was a little bit frazzled during the seed, hoping my PC didn't die. Or was it
That's
about
also
5?
fair. It didn't cost you the race in and of itself, but it
Yeah.
did lose you a bit of time.
No, I think the biggest things were, like you were saying, digging 6 out and some of the other palaces. And also, again, just being stuck on 112 for like 45 minutes.
Yeah, you did eventually manage to get your power leveling strats going. Also finished to 878, but it took a while to get that.
Honestly, if like 3 of the enemies on the west had dropped just like 20 more XP than they did, I probably would have been okay.
Yeah, one of the things that benefited TH for early leveling is that down in the southwest part of the corner of the map on the western continent, south of where the child was, there was an item cave with a 500 point payback, and which got TH to something like 2, 3, 4 or something early, which helped.
Yeah,
I
I never went through any of the connectors except I think Fairy Cave, and
You didn't need to take a connector, but you did have to walk through a bunch of swamp to get to that caves, which might have been why you skipped it.
very possible. Also, what is the spell?
It's in Rudo.
Yeah, like the game's like, okay, go through all of Death Valley, dig out a trophy out of P5 so they can get a spell, so they can get, like, I don't know, a red jar out of New Casino or something.
Yeah, TH, you. So the other thing that was interesting also, and that made this race a little closer than it would have been otherwise, is TH couldn't actually cast Thunder after beating his 6 palaces.
That seems like a reasonably large issue. How many containers did you finish with?
About
TH
6.
ended up with 6. The
Okay.
issue also is in the one palace where you did actually remember to check up and down the elevator on, which was P1. Oh, at the end 3 technically, but one of the only palaces I remember check the elevator quickly on. P1, the first junction, you had up, down, and left. Up was the item, down was the boss, and left was everything else in the palace. You went up first also. TH went down, beat the boss, and left the first trip. So he got that magic jar much, much later. And Folklore P1 actually, because he didn't go up the second trip.
The one thing that I thought was going to end up working for me potentially was the early flute out of the magic cave that was kind of butts
Yeah.
and finding Fairy at the other end of it. I'm like, okay, there is a 1% chance that TH skipped that saying, I'll come back later. And then, of course, Fairy ends up being just not necessarily required, I don't think.
I wasn't paying much attention to that point.
I know there was a lot of rooms where I used it because respawning enemies in rooms with collapsible platforms is terrible.
Yeah.
I thought there was a fairy blocked room in P5 on the way to Guma, though.
There might have been.
May-
I know I looped around in there like 4 times.
You guys were
think-
both in P5.
I can't remember now.
I have no idea because you guys both saw so much of that 5. 5 and 4 were both folklores for you two. Like, it was kind of interesting from your end, TH. It's like, okay, the first 4 palaces are jets. You spend the grand sum of like 4 or 5 rooms tops in each, and then here's 4 and 5 are complete monsters. Which of course I did that to you. And then GP is like, either you go right into a loop, or you go left and T-Birds was there.
I'm very happy T-Bird was to the left and not, oh yeah, just go through like 3 Bird Night rooms to get to T-Bird.
Oh geez, the chickens were out in the forest today for sure.
Now, I'm going to be honest, for having not been in practice for a long time, like I really didn't start picking this up until like, I don't know, I guess 2 weeks ago, or repicking it up rather. And all the computer stuff, I'm honestly okay with how close the gap was.
No,
Given all
you
that.
played quite well. Also, I think just better luck on palace exploration next time.
And remembering to check all of my elevator shafts immediately instead of halfway through the seed.
Yes, that would have helped. I guess the other question I have for you is, what did you dig Death Mountain?
I was looking for magic containers on the off chance. I don't think I had my glove at that point, so I'm like, okay, there's a 7 magic jar item in Nukasito that could very easily be the glove, which would be terrible. So I was kind of looking for magic containers for that.
Right. I think because I think you both had the hint that the glove was in the east, so I think at least from my perspective, I probably would have made sure I found the other overworld items before going for that glove. Before going super hard on the magic jars. So as we saw from TAH, you definitely needed the magic jars.
Yeah.
Or more Magic 7, because we did see it drop to 62 Thunder at Magic 7, but it was 86 before that, and you need 6 jars to cast it magic an 86 cost spell.
Mhm.
Yeah, I was truly panicking whenever I got out of 5. I could not cast them. It's like, oh no. Well, I knew I didn't have trophy caves. I didn't go past Saria. And of course, that was the raft. Was useless.
Yep.
And then I was like, okay, where can I go? Okay, because I totally did not get the trophy out of 5, even though I saw it. I was like, oh, I don't need that. It'll be fine.
We
So I was like,
noticed,
oh,
yeah.
I was like, oh, I'm not going back to 5. I'll do everything else but that.
No, that was a understandable play, but it's like, yeah, that they might have wanted to pick that up a while ago.
No.
Is it bad that I was honestly debating skipping attack 8 because I'm like, attack 8's kind of high. Maybe I just take my level dump early. It probably would have been fine either way. Just I'm starting to try to figure out, okay, when do you actually take 8 versus when do you just dump on attack 7? And it seems like if the attack 8 levels above 9,000, going ahead and doing the level dump then seems like it's okay.
Yeah, I think that's fine. Really, it's a bit seed dependent too. I think really.
Yeah, I think it depends on like what palaces you have left as well. Like no like I think you made the right choice, like knowing that you had 2, like a fairly easy palace coming up to just take attack 8 and that you could you weren't likely to get too much benefit out of the extra levels in a short easy palace. Whereas like if you had 5 left, I'd like taking it earlier a lot better.
Okay. Yeah, I'm just there are still some nuances and things that I'm trying to pick up on as I go, just without having as much experience. But hey, you know what? That's part of the fun of it, is trying to figure out what does and doesn't work. Like how my jackhammering kind of works sometimes. Except I haven't tried it on Barba yet because I'm too scared to fall in the lava.
That's fair. Yeah. I do think I'm pretty much out of questions. This does take UTH up to 1-0 and also you to 0-1 here in the first round of Swiss. It is just for seeding, so neither of you are eliminated or anyhow. So, but good luck in your future matches.
Well, thank you.
Thank you. And GG's again.
GG's, dude.
So please do give both of our runners a follow, the Ellen Heffley and Alsoa here, as well as my co-com Ellender, and thanks so much to Patrick as well for tracking. Let's see, coming up on the ZSR schedule, we do have more matches coming up for all sorts of tournaments. We've got we've got a bit of OTR, we've got a load of Woodmaker Randomizer, and we've got Majora's Mask Rando 2 on the schedule. Tomorrow we have over on we have tomorrow starting a day off at 1:15 Eastern. We'll have the Majora's Mask Randomizer Season 4 Losers round 3 between Asuna and Rotinder Does. Then we'll have at 8 p.m. Eastern and Love Legend versus Animus, and then yes, you heard that right, at midnight Thursday into Friday morning Eastern. we will have a Paratrooper versus CS2 as well. Then we'll have also have an Ocarina of Time Randomizer Season 7 Standard Tournament Showcase Race between Rouge King and What the Hell Happened, and more races to come up throughout the week between very different tournaments. So we hope to see you all around. But in the meantime, that is it for us. We're going to head over and say hi to Mirai, who is currently restreaming another Z2R tournament race here. They are 50 minutes in, or they're about 50 minutes in thereabouts, I think, between Homewrecker and Arteus. So we'll go see how that's going. Thanks for watching all, and have a good night.